नमस्कार मित्रांनो, आज आपण डिफरन्शिएशन ह्या टॉपिकचा दुसऱ्या लेक्चरमध्ये आहोत. मागच्या लेक्चरमध्ये आपण डिफरन्शिएशन प्रोसेस जी आहे ह्या प्रोसेसमधला पहिला भाग म्हणजे कंपोजिट फंक्शनचं डेरिव्हेटिव्ह कसा काढायचा ह्याबद्दलची माहिती घेतलेली आहे. मी तुम्हाला कंपोजिट फंक्शनचा थेरम सांगितलेला आहे, त्याच्यावरचे 4-5 उदाहरणं करून दाखवलेले आहेत. आता बाकी उदाहरण संग्रहामध्ये म्हणजे एक्सरसाइजमध्ये जे प्रॉब्लेम्स आहेत ते तुम्ही सॉल्व करण्याचा प्रयत्न करा. जे उदाहरणं तुम्हाला सोडवता येत नाहीत किंवा अवघड वाटतात त्याचे नंबर मला कळवा व्हॉट्सअपच्या माध्यमातून, मी त्या प्रॉब्लेमचे सोल्युशन तुम्हाला देऊ शकतो. आता आपण पुढचं आर्टिकल जे आहे जॉमेट्रिकल मिनिंग ऑफ डेरिव्हेटिव्ह. जॉमेट्रिकल मिनिंग ऑफ डेरिव्हेटिव्ह म्हणजे आपण डेरिव्हेटिव्ह काढतो त्याचं भूमितीमध्ये म्हणजे जॉमेट्रीमध्ये मिनिंग काय, त्याचा अर्थ काय. म्हणजे साइन एक्सचा डेरिव्हेटिव्ह कॉस एक्स येतो, एक्स स्क्वेअरचा डेरिव्हेटिव्ह 2x येतो, नेमकं काय असतं ते आपण पाहूयात. सो कन्सिडर अ पॉइंट P ऑन द कर्व y इज इक्वल टू f of x. So we have curve y is equal to f of x, and on this curve y is equal to f of x we take one point P. Now here in this picture, in this diagram, point P is shown here, and its coordinates are a, f of a. So the coordinates of P are a, f of a. Let Q be another point on the curve a little to the right of P. म्हणजे Q हा पॉइंट कर्व वरतीच आहे, फक्त P पॉइंटच्या थोडा जवळ आणि उजव्या बाजूला घेतलेला आहे. To the right of x is equal to a with a value increased by a small real number h. Means value of a means x coordinate means distance from y axis is increased by h. So this distance is h. Distance between these two vertical lines is h. Therefore coordinates of q are, its x coordinate is a plus h, and therefore its y coordinate is f of a plus h. So we have started with this curve y is equal to f of x, a point P on the curve, coordinates of P are a, f of a, here are coordinates of P, and neighboring point Q with coordinates a plus h and f of a plus h. Now we can calculate the slope of the second PQ. Now for finding slope of second PQ, second is a line PQ. Line second means line connecting, joining points P and Q. Line connecting points P and Q. So slope of the second, we use formula y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So slope of second PQ is equal to f of a plus h minus f of a. So this f of a is y2, f of a plus h is y2, and f of a is y1. So this is y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1, a plus h minus a. So a and minus a get cancelled, and we get here f of a plus h minus f of a upon h. What is this? This is the slope of second PQ. Now if we take h smaller and smaller and smaller, then a plus h will approach to a, h gets closer to 0, q will approach to p, and we write in mathematical language this fact as h tends to 0. So what is meaning of h tends to 0? H tends to 0 means point q moves, approaches, goes closer and closer to p, but doesn't coincide with p. That h does not become 0, but h tends to 0. Tends to 0 means its value will be very close to 0 but not equal to 0. So we say second converges to a tangent. Means second will not become tangent. Second will be second, but it will be very close to tangent. So we can find slope of the tangent. We can find slope of the tangent by taking limit of slope of the second as q tends to p. So here we write limit q tends to p of slope of secant is equal to limit h tends to 0, q tends to p is same as h tends to 0, or slope of the secant. Slope of the secant we have calculated it, f of a plus h minus f of a upon h, and this limit, if it exists, we call it as derivative. So this is equal to f dash a. This is equal to f dash a. So we get result that slope of the tangent at P is equal to f dash a. What is a? A is the x coordinate of point P. So f dash a means value of the derivative of the function. Value of the derivative of the function at x is equal to a gives us slope of the tangent to the curve at x is equal to a. Thus, the derivative of function y is equal to f of x at any point x1, y1 is the slope of the tangent to the curve at that point. So, if P is a point on the curve, P is point on the curve, and if we want slope of the tangent to the curve at point P, we find value of the derivative of that function at x is equal to x1 or a or whatever coordinates may be. Here we have one example. If y is equal to x square plus 3x plus 2, this is equation of the curve, then slope of the tangent at 2, 3 is given by, we are asked to find the slope of the tangent to this curve at which point? At point 2, 3. Actually, we do not require y coordinate of point P. We just want x coordinate of point P. We denote it by a or x1. Y is equal to x square plus 3x plus 2. We differentiate this equation. dy by dx of x square, derivative of x square plus 3x plus 2 is 2x plus 3. Derivative of x square is 2x and derivative of 3x is 3, derivative of 2 is 0. And we find the value, numerical value of 2x plus 3. This 2x plus 3 is derivative. 2x plus 3 is derivative of y. We find value of expression 2x plus 3 at x is equal to 2 at P or at 2, 3 at this point, and that comes to be 7, because if we put x is equal to 2, 2 into 2, 4, 4 plus 3, 7. So slope of the tangent is 7. We write it as m is equal to 7. We generally denote slope of line by m. Tangent is a line. So slope of that line is 7. I will show you picture. This is curve y is equal to x square plus 3x plus 2. Its equation is given, and this is rough sketch of that curve. And this is tangent. This red line shows you the tangent at point 2, 3. And its slope can be obtained by using derivative. So we know only one point on the tangent. We know coordinates of only one point on the tangent, and using that one point only we have obtained the slope of the tangent. Now let us move to derivatives of inverse functions. In function we have studied if function is 1, 1 and onto. If function is 1, 1 and onto, then its inverse function exists. Inverse function is a function, so it also has derivative. So in this article we will learn what is relation between derivatives of a function and its inverse function. We have function and its inverse function. Their composition is identity function. F naught F inverse is equal to identity function. Now question is, what is relation between derivative of a function and derivative of its inverse function? Let me read this. We know that if y is equal to f of x is a 1 1 and onto function, then x is equal to f inverse y exists. If this f is 1 1 and onto, then its inverse function f inverse y exists. If f inverse y is a differentiable means its derivative exists, then we can find its derivative in this section. We can find its derivative. In this section, let us discuss the derivatives of some inverse function and derivatives of inverse trigonometric function. So we will find derivatives of inverse trigonometric function and some other inverse functions also. Algebraic functions, logarithmic function, exponential function and their inverse function, derivatives of their inverse functions. We shall begin with this example. First example, consider the function f of x is equal to 2x minus 2. Consider the function f of x is equal to 2x minus 2. And let f inverse of x is equal to g of x. I denote the inverse function of function f by g of x. This is just, I have used the notation which I am going to use. So g of x is equal to, means f inverse x is equal to x plus 2 upon 2. So here in f we multiply x by 2 and subtract 2. Opposite operation will be performed in inverse function. Instead of subtracting, we add 2, and instead of multiplying, we divide by 2. So this is inverse function. G of x is inverse. In reverse operation, we perform reverse operation. Now their derivatives. Derivative of f of x means derivative of this 2x minus 2 is 2, and derivative of g of x means derivative of x plus 2 upon 2 is 1 by 2. So these are derivatives of a function and its inverse function. We observe that f dash x and g dash x, that is 2 and 1 by 2, are reciprocals of each other. Reciprocals of each other means their product is equal to 1. Reciprocals of each other means their product is equal to 1. So we guess here that relation between derivative of a function and derivative of its inverse function is their product is 1. They are reciprocals of each other. Now this is just one example. So from one example we cannot make a rule. We cannot make a rule. This is just for understanding that rule, what I want to say in the next theorem. The next theorem of inverse function, says that a function and its derivative, relation between derivative of a function and its inverse function, relation between derivative of a function and derivative of its inverse function is, what is that relation? They are reciprocals of each other, and we have just verified this for one particular example. Now let me move to the next example, or let us have first theorem and then we will discuss examples. So this theorem says, if y is equal to f of x is a differentiable function of x and its inverse function x is equal to f inverse y exists. When it will exist? When inverse function of function f exists, if f is 1 1 and 1 2 on its domain. So we can write that wording also here. F is 1 1 and 1 2 on its domain. We can mention its domain as by some letter I or something. But here I have written this statement in compact form. If y is a differentiable function of x and its inverse function x is equal to f inverse y exists, then dy by dx is equal to 1 upon dx by dy, provided that dx by dy is not equal to 0. What is meaning of this last word, provided that dx by dy is not equal to 0? Means this relation holds true if this denominator dx by dy is not equal to 0. If dx by dy is equal to 0, denominator will be 0 and expression in the right side will not be defined. So we write this rule, we make use of this rule. This theorem says that this relation will hold only if dx by dy is not equal to 0. So we will move to proof of this result. Let there be a small increment in the value of x. Let there be a small increment in the value of x, say delta x. So we allow this x to change. x मध्ये आपण बदल करणार आणि जो काही बदल करणार आहोत त्या बदलाला तो जो चेंज होणार आहे तो चेंज आपण डेल्टा एक्स या अक्षराने डिनोट करतो. डेल्टा जो आहे ना हा त्या डेल्टाचा जन्मच ह्या कामाकरता झालेला आहे. काय की टू डिनोट द स्मॉल क्वांटिटीज. In chemistry, in physics, that angle of minimum deviation, whenever we have to denote small quantity, we use delta. So this there is a big delta also, capital delta, triangle. So this small delta x denotes the small increment in the value of x. Note that this increment delta x is too small. How small it is? It is too small. Too small. But it is not 0. Again I will tell you, this delta x is too small. But not 0. Then y is a function of x and x changes. So y will also change. So let corresponding there will be increment in the value of y, say delta y. So what this delta y denotes? Delta y denotes the corresponding increment in y. What is meaning of corresponding increment in y? Corresponding increment म्हणजे x मध्ये जेव्हा बदल होतो डेल्टा x तेव्हा y मध्ये त्या वेळेला होणारा जो बदल आहे तो बदल आपण डेल्टा y ह्या अक्षराने डिनोट करूया. चला आपल्याकडे दोन सिंबल आलेले आहेत, डेल्टा x आणि डेल्टा y. काय आहेत ते? इन्क्रिमेंट इन x अँड इन्क्रिमेंट इन y. कशा आहेत ते? खूप लहान आहेत. टू स्मॉल. दे आर टू स्मॉल but they are non-zero. Note that delta x is not 0 and delta y is not 0. So as delta x and delta y are increments, delta x is not equal to 0, delta y is not equal to 0. Now we have delta x upon delta y into delta y upon delta x. Note that this delta x is a number, delta y is also a number. So delta x may be equal to 0.001, delta y may be equal to 0.02. So these are numbers, delta x upon delta y upon delta x. These are two ratios of two non-zero numbers. So what can you say about the value of this product? हा जो गुणाकार आहे हा गुणाकार किती येईल विचार करून सांगा बरं. सांगा 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 किती येईल? बरोबर बरोबर, यू आर राईट. This product is 1. Delta y will get cancelled. Delta x get cancelled, and this product is equal to 1. But don't cancel it. If you cancel it, you will get 1 is equal to 1. We have to prove the theorem. Now what I will do? I will move this delta x upon delta y to right side and write delta y upon delta x is equal to 1 upon delta x upon delta y. We shift this delta x upon delta y to right side, and from this equation we get this new relation. Now take limit as delta x tends to 0. Means what? Means we allow this small increment delta x to become smaller and smaller and smaller. Already delta x is too small. And now we allow this delta x to tend to 0. Tend to 0 means delta x will not become 0. Delta x will not become 0, but it will be closer and closer and closer to 0. That time delta y also will be closer and closer to 0. We just write these limits. So we have applied limits, taken limits of both sides. Now this next sentence is important. As delta x tends to 0, delta y also tends to 0. This is just like Mary had a little lamb. Wherever Mary goes, lamb was sure to be with her. Mary had a little lamb, and wherever Mary goes, lamb was sure to be with her. So when delta x tends to 0, when delta x tends to 0, delta y also tends to 0. So in this equation, in right side, I am going to make change here. In place of delta x tends to 0, I will write delta y tends to 0. You may ask me, sir, why we have replaced this delta x by delta y? So this is justification. This is justification. As delta x tends to 0, delta y also tends to 0. Wherever Mary goes, lamb was sure to be with her. So I have made change in this. Here I have not mistake. I have corrected that here. I have made that change here. Here in right side expression, in denominator, I have written delta y tends to 0. Can you see this? Delta y tends to 0. Now why I want delta y here? Why I want delta y here? Because we have given that y is a differentiable function of x. What is meaning of y is differentiable function of x? Limit of delta y upon delta x when delta x tends to 0 exists. That means this limit in the left hand side expression exists. So we can write this expression limit in the left hand side by notation dy by dx. We can write dy by dx in the left side. When limit in left hand side of some equation exists, limit in the right side must exist. Whenever limit in left hand side exists, limit in right hand side must exist. So we mentioned that this y is differentiable function, so this limit exists. Therefore limit in RHS also exists, and therefore in left side we get dy by dx, and in right side we get 1 upon dx by dy. So we have proved, we have established that relation. म्हणजे जे रिलेशन आपण गेस केलं होतं पहिल्या एक्झाम्पलमध्ये, त्याचं आपण साग्रसंगीत प्रूफ दिलेलं आहे. एकदा आपण याचं प्रूफ दिलं की आपल्याला पूर्ण अधिकार प्राप्त होतो हा रिझल्ट वापरण्यासाठी. आपण हा थेरम प्रूव्ह केलेला आहे, त्यामुळं आता आपल्याला अधिकार प्राप्त झालेला आहे की हा रिझल्ट, हा थेरम मी प्रॉब्लेम सोडवताना वापरू शकतो. म्हणजे काय? म्हणजे जर मला dy बाय dx काढायचा असेल आणि मला dy बाय dx काढता येत नसेल, dx बाय dy जर मला काढणं सोपं जात असेल, तर मी dx बाय dy काढून त्याला जर रेसिप्रोकल घेतला, खाली डोकं वर पाय केलं त्याचं, तर मला dy बाय dx मिळू शकतो. परत एकदा सांगतो मी की जर आपल्याला dy बाय dx काढायचं असेल आणि dy बाय dx काढणं सोपं नसेल, अवघड असेल, अशक्य असेल, मुश्किल असेल, तर आपण dx बाय dy काढू शकता. आणि dx बाय dy काढून त्याला खाली डोकं वर पाय करायचं. म्हणजे काय करायचं? म्हणजे त्याचा रेसिप्रोकल घ्यायचा, झाला dy बाय dx. सो इफ यू कांट डिफरन्शिएट y विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू x, डिफरन्शिएट x विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू y and then take its reciprocal. तुम्हाला मी 11वीत असताना एक म्हण सांगितलेली आहे पहा, टेढ़ी उंगली से घी निकलता नहीं तो उंगली, याद नहीं आ रहा? टेढ़ी उंगली से अगर घी निकलता नहीं तो उंगली को हम कैसे करते हैं? बराबर सीधी करनी पड़ती है. टेढ़ी उंगली से अगर घी निकलता नहीं तो उंगली सीधी करनी होती है. सो इफ वी कांट फाइंड dy by dx, find dx by dy and take its reciprocal. Let us verify that result with the help of one more example. Let y is equal to log x. Let y is equal to log x. To verify that dy by dx is equal to 1 upon dx by dy. Just now we have proved this result and given proof also, but we will verify this with the help of this example. We first find the inverse function of y. Let x, that is x इन टर्म्स ऑफ वाय. आपण y इज इक्वल टू लॉग एक्स याचं इन्व्हर्स फंक्शन काढूया. इन्व्हर्स फंक्शन काढायचं म्हणजे एक्सला वायच्या भाषेमध्ये एक्सप्रेस करायचं. वी एक्सप्रेस एक्स इन द लँग्वेज ऑफ वाय. सो ॲज वाय इज इक्वल टू लॉग एक्स, एक्स इज इक्वल टू ई रेज टू वाय. दिस इज बिकॉज ऑफ द डेफिनेशन ऑफ लॉगॅरिथम. दिस इज बिकॉज ऑफ द डेफिनेशन ऑफ लॉगॅरिथम. विश्वास नसेल तर लॉगॅरिथमची डेफिनेशन पहा आणि तुम्हाला हे पाहायला मिळेल की वी राईट y is equal to log x if x is equal to e raised to y. Here base of the logarithm is e. So x is equal to e raised to y and y is equal to log x. They are inverse functions of each other. Now we will find derivatives of these two functions and verify that their product is 1. So dy by dx means derivative of log x is 1 upon x. Let us call this as equation 1. And derivative of x with respect to y means dx by dy means derivative of e raised to y is e raised to y. But e raised to y is equal to x. So I write dx by dy is equal to x. Dx by dy is equal to x and dy by dx is equal to 1 upon x. That means they are reciprocals of each other. So from equation 1 and 2 we verify that dy by dx is reciprocal of dx by dy. Dy by dx is 1 upon x and dx by dy is x. They are reciprocals of each other. Their product is 1. Their product is 1. So verified this rule, this theorem for this particular example. Now we will move to the next example. Next example is find the derivative of the inverse of function y is equal to 2x cube minus 6x and calculate its value at x is equal to minus 2. Find the derivative of inverse of function y is equal to 2x cube minus 6x. This is first part. And calculate its value at x is equal to minus 2. See, finding inverse function is too difficult here. Finding inverse function of this function is difficult. But we are not asked to find inverse function. We are asked to find derivative of inverse function. We are asked to find derivative of inverse function. So derivative of inverse function is reciprocal of derivative of the given function. Given function is y is equal to 2x cube minus 6x and its derivative is 6x square minus 6. These two now here I have made mistake in typing. This 2 is not inside the bracket. 2 is not inside the bracket. So this expression is 2 into x cube. इथं माझ्याकडून टाईप करताना एक चुकीची मिस्टेक झालेली आहे. हे एक्सप्रेशन टाईप करताना, फंक्शन टाईप करताना एक चुकीची मिस्टेक झालेली आहे. हा 2 जो आहे हा ब्रॅकेटच्या बाहेर असायला हवा. ठीक आहे, बाहेर आहे असं गृहीत धरू आणि त्याचा डेरिव्हेटिव्ह काढू. मग एक्स क्यूबचा डेरिव्हेटिव्ह येईल 3x स्क्वेअर. 3x स्क्वेअर, 3 2 6. सो वी गेट हिअर 6x स्क्वेअर minus 6. Derivative of 6x is 6. Now we take 6 common and we write this as 6 into bracket x square minus 1. Now we have, what we have? We have means we know. आपल्याकडे आहे, काय आहे? Relation dx by dy is equal to 1 upon dx by dy. Sorry, dx by dy is equal to 1 upon dy by dx. We are asked to find dx by dy. We have dy by dx. आपण dy by dx काढलाय. आपल्याला इन्व्हर्स फंक्शनचा डेरिव्हेटिव्ह काढायला सांगितलंय. आपण दिलेल्या फंक्शनचा डेरिव्हेटिव्ह काढला. मग आता ह्याला उलट करा, खाली डोकं वर पाय करा. म्हणजे dx by dy is equal to 1 upon dy by dx. So dx by dy is equal to reciprocal of this 6 into bracket x square minus 1. 1 upon 6 into bracket x square minus 1. So this is derivative of inverse function. Now second part is calculate its value at x is equal to minus 2. At x is equal to minus 2. So we put x is equal to minus 2 in dx by dy and we evaluate it. Minus 2 square is 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. So 6 into 3, 6 3s are 18. 1 upon 18 is the value of the derivative of inverse function at x is equal to minus 2. म्हणजे इन्व्हर्स फंक्शनला जर आपण x इज इक्वल टू -2 या ठिकाणी टँजंट काढला तर त्या टँजंटचा स्लोप असणार आहे 1/18. दिलेल्या फंक्शनला नाही, इन्व्हर्स फंक्शनला जर आपण टँजंट काढला कोणत्या पॉइंटला x इज इक्वल टू -2 या पॉइंटला तर त्या टँजंटचा स्लोप असणार आहे 1/18. सो दिस इज हाऊ टू फाइंड डेरिव्हेटिव्हज of function and its inverse function. You practice examples given in the exercise, second exercise under this article, derivatives of inverse function. You can read, solve example also, and one activity is given in textbook. Now this activity part is newly introduced in our textbook, and that is very interesting, and that will teach you. Actually that activity part helps student for practicing the concept which we have learned. म्हणजे आत्ता आपण जे शिकलो ना याचा सराव करण्यासाठी तुम्हाला त्या ॲक्टिव्हिटीचा उपयोग होईल. तर पुस्तक उघडा, सॉल्व एक्झाम्पल वाचा, ॲक्टिव्हिटी पूर्ण करा, लिहून पूर्ण करा ॲक्टिव्हिटी, आणि त्यानंतर उदाहरण संग्रहामधले म्हणजे एक्सरसाइजमधले प्रॉब्लेम सॉल्व करण्याचा प्रयत्न करा. पुढच्या व्हिडिओमध्ये भेटू, तोपर्यंत नमस्कार.